footsteps of his father, who was chairman of Area Council and then went on to become deputy leader of Area Council and then member of parliament. So let us welcome formally Duane Smith, your member of parliament.
Laborites, good evening, Laborites. It's really good to see you guys back again in a green shirt. It's the first time we're meeting like this in Area Council 1 since our victorious general election last year. First of all, I want to welcome our ministers of government here. You know, our Deputy Leader, Minister Desmond McKenzie, Minister Chuck, Minister Grange, Minister Nestor Morgan, and Minister Steve Wright. Minister Williams, Minister Cuthbert Flynn, councillors, council caretakers, and other members of Parliament, Laborites, families, and friends. Good evening. I also want to welcome the President of G2K who I just saw enter. Now, we chose the theme, The Truth Matters, because we're becoming concerned with the level of misinformation out there. Because the truth is, most persons now are getting their information and their news from their cell phone or a similar device. And most of what we're getting on the phones, most of the information we're getting on our devices is not accurate. So we thought it necessary to start this truth series, The Truth Matters, see the work and hear the facts, and we wanted to start here in Northwest St. Andrew. This is the first meeting, as Minister McKenzie mentioned, with the new executive. The first meeting of the new executive. And I want the new executive being myself as chairman, Rowan Hall, Councillor Rowan Hall as the deputy chairman, Charmaine Anderson as secretary, Fabian Brown deputy, Councillor Schropp as deputy treasurer, Caroline Truck as the treasurer, and Minister Steve Wright will be in charge of our public relations. Before I go further, I really want to thank our outgoing executive, chaired by former chairman Winston Ennis. And I want a round of applause for Mr. Ennis. Minister Ennis and his deputy, the Honorable Delroy Williams, and our former treasurer. I want to thank them for all the hard work that they have done over the many years. They have really done some good work, because right now, Area Council 1 is in the best place it has ever been, by having 9 constituencies in Kingston and St. Andrew. And it is important we understand that. And it is also important to remember that there was a time in this area council when we only controlled 2 constituencies, one being Western Kingston with Member of Parliament Edward Philip George Siaga, and the other being, of course, Northwest St. Andrew under the leadership of Derek Charles Smith. It is important to know where we're coming from so we can appreciate exactly where we are. Now, I also want to take the time to thank, I know I have 5 minutes, Deputy Leader, but it's your coming to know. I want to take the time to thank and acknowledge the work of our Deputy Leader, Desmond McKenzie. He has a particular style of leadership that we have all grown accustomed to and we like. But don't watch the leadership style, look at his results. Look at his results. We now control 9 constituencies in Kingston and St. Andrews. I was just doing a radio interview outside and they asked me what are my plans as chairman of the area council. Well, let me tell you what my plan is. and what my new life's work is going to be. And that is to take back control of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. It is my opinion, and the facts will show you also, that under the leadership of the Jamaica Labour Party, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation is much better managed. So, Labour rights, as I close, today you will get information from the source. It will therefore become incumbent on you to become the agents of truth. Share what you learn here today. Refute the misinformation where you encounter it, and let us all become members in this truth-telling campaign. Let's ensure that the mischievous intention of those who would prefer to hide the truth that highlights our good work and progress are not successful in their attempts. And the last thing I want to say before I go, and I'm very happy that my friend here, Minister Morgan, is here, because as the Member of Parliament for Northwest St. Andrew, our #1 challenge here is road infrastructure. So when we decided to have this Truth Matter campaign, I first put my hand and said, we have to invite Minister Morgan. Because members of Parliament like me, not me alone, but all of us in Kingston and St. Andrew are coming under sustained pressure regarding the road conditions. I am here to endorse this one road authority, but I want the minister to speak more about it, because coming from the parish council as a councillor and now as a member of Parliament, it is very confusing, the whole for different responsibilities for different agencies. It's time for us to have one entity to deal with all roads. We know how to build roads in Jamaica because we have built 6 of our spark roads already, 6 of 10. And the roads have stood up beautifully to the hurricane that has just passed. So Labour rights, we're anxious to start this meeting. We're happy you're here. I want you to sit down, listen, and carry the message back into your community, because today is all about truth. Labour rights, good evening.
We do so much already, now we doing more. We doing Jamaica Labour Party, yes, we doing more.
Thank you. Now, Labour rights and Jamaicans, because we're streaming live on several platforms, live on radio, because them used to say, when me go and say no, time come to mash down that lie, the truth matters. One of our outstanding achievements as a government is the work that we have been doing in the field of culture, gender, entertainment. We are proud of our achievements. And so,